Hi everybody, it's Dory. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am providing an update this week. For probably about the last week and a half or so, I'm actually going to go over kind of what has happened to me over the last week. And yeah, let's just jump right into it. I am 48 years old, 5'4" tall, and on September 12th of 2016, I had vertical sleeve weight loss surgery in Hartford, Connecticut with Dr. Darren Tischler. My highest recorded weight was 350 pounds. My surgery weight was 300.5. I'm weighing about 173, and I've seen the lowest 156.3. I am trying to get down to 150. 160 is great as well, so I'm kind of just trying to get down there again. My eating had been going well, but let's talk about what my last week has looked like. If you guys have had remembered, I mentioned, I believe it was on my Instagram story, but on, I gotta think what day it was. Gosh, I don't remember now. It was Friday, so it'll be 2 weeks tomorrow, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago today. I was interviewed for my bariatric surgeon's office in the hospital that I went to. They have a huge, it's a big hospital, so they do a lot of things. And so I was interviewed, actually sitting right about here, 2 weeks ago. And it was for a segment, excuse me, I'm having to get some water. I have the heater going on me because I'm so cold. It's drying me out. Anyways, it was on a segment about my success on weight loss surgery and, just maintaining and doing better 4 years down the road and yada yada. And it went great. It was just a 2-minute segment, and then they did it a minute, an extra one that's going to air at a, I guess, I don't know, a commercial or something that's coming on before Jeopardy at a later date. So about 3 days ago it aired. I have yet to see it. They're going to send it to me, but because I don't live in the state of Connecticut, I don't get that channel. So anyways, in any event, that was fine. That was the Friday. Saturday was fine. Sunday was fine. Monday my husband had off from work, and then everything was fine. Tuesday. So today is Thursday, October 22nd. So Tuesday, let's see, if today's the 22nd, I'm looking at my calendar. Let's see, today's the 22nd. So the 19th, no, the 13th. So the 13th, October 13th. Wow, that went by quick. No, it can't be the 13th, is it? Yeah, it is the 13th. Oh my gosh, October is flying by. Okay, anyways, let's get focused. So October 13th was a Tuesday. I got up, I showered as usual, everything was fine, and my husband went off to work at 5:45, and about the kids started getting up, I was drinking some water, I was starting to make pancakes, and at 7 o'clock, all hell broke loose. I was standing at my cabinet where I sometimes film downstairs, and I started sweating like profusely. I was soaked within 5 minutes. I had excruciating pain in my stomach, like underneath my rib cage, and like in the middle of my stomach, where our stomachs are now, like in the middle of our, like at the top of my stomach. And so it was the worst pain imaginable. So much pain that I couldn't even think. I couldn't even formulate anything. And so I quickly sent a message to my husband, a quick text, just telling him I'm having a medical emergency. And that's all I could say. And then I called 911, and I laid on the couch, and my 4 little children were home, ages 10, 12, 10, 9, and 6. And they all remote school, and one of them was starting school in a half an hour, and she's in 7th grade. And I just laid there, and I could not come out of it. I could not even get my bearing. The 911 operator told me to chew 4 baby aspirin. Luckily, I have them in the house. Not that I needed them looking back now, but I had my 12-year-old go and find them. I couldn't breathe. I kept moaning. It was horrible. But I could not, I didn't have enough sense because of the pain to even like talk to my children. The fire department came with the ambulance. When they got there, got to my house, my vitals were fine. My blood pressure was great. I had no fever. Everything seemed fine. I don't know what was happening at that point, but I ended up going to the emergency room. They were thinking that I was possibly having a heart attack. They hooked me up to an EKG right away, but because I was in such pain and my body was kind of seizing up, I mean, my hands were cramping. I don't know what was happening. And so they had to do a second EKG because the first one was so wonky, I'm sure, because of the way my body was just in so much pain. So I'll spare you guys all of the details because it's such a long story. I was there for almost 5 days. But basically, I had 2 EKGs, 2 bedside ultrasounds, a ultrasound down in radiology, which was on top of my stomach, and an internal ultrasound. I had a CAT scan with contrast and an MRI. And so what ended up coming out of that was that they discovered something that is unrelated to any of the pain that I went in for. The pain, as far as we can tell, was gas related or something, gastritis or something, like an irritation of my stomach lining, something to that effect. And so, I'm on some Gas-X stuff. I'm on making sure that, after I eat, I'm not eating a lot of gassy foods, trying to go to the bathroom regularly and things of that nature. And so, but what they did find is they found that in my left ovary, I have a cyst that is 10 millimeters long. And on my right fallopian tube, I have blood and pus cells inside the fallopian tube, and they were very infected. And so I didn't have any pain in the lower part of my stomach, which kind of threw them off. But my white blood cell count had skyrocketed when I first got there. And then when they discovered this infection, they started treating me with antibiotics intravenously. And when they were doing it, it was like every half an hour I was getting a bag of some kind of antibiotic. And my white blood cell count shot back down. And so I had a lot of team of doctors from the OBGYN of where I go. They were meeting in the boardroom over my images, my CAT scan, my MRI, my ultrasounds. And they were meeting, and they were formulating a plan, and they were ready to take me to surgery. They were going to remove the cyst, suction out the fluid on my fallopian tube. But because my white blood cells, once I had the antibiotics for a day, went back down to baseline, they said that I was in no rush to have the surgery then and there. So I was discharged on late Saturday evening, and I am still on antibiotics. So I'm taking 2 different antibiotics. What's one of them called? Oh, I have it on the tip of my tongue. Oh, doxycycline is one of them. And then I have another one that I actually went back to the doctors this past Monday and had one of them that they gave me made me very, very sick. And so I had them switch it out. And so I'm on another one. I take 12 pills a day. I have to take 3 pills 4 times a day of that antibiotic. And then the other antibiotic is every 12 hours at 8 or 9 a.m. and 8 and 9 or 9 p.m. And so I'm on those for probably the next I think it's the next week and a half. And then I go back, and they said they're going to re-image my lower stomach to see what it looks like now that the infection's gone. So is the cyst going to shrink? Is the fluid and the pus and all that that they saw in the fallopian tube, will that be gone? Will it be the same but without the infection, and they'll have to go in and remove it? They're thinking that the cyst, although it's big, they may not remove it because they would only remove it if you have a cyst on your ovary, they're afraid that the cyst is going to twist the ovary, like it's going to twist it, and of course that makes more pain and more problems. But because the 10 millimeters is big, it most likely won't move to twist it. But I'm not quite sure. I'm just taking it day by day. I'm really just trying to get my strength back. Yesterday was a great day. I was able to do a lot of things. When I was in the hospital, I mean, my husband had to take the whole week off. He was amazing. He took such good care of the kids. My oldest daughter, who just had a baby, the baby was 2 months old yesterday. She was here and made sure that the kids got to their remote schooling. And the one daughter I have that's in school get onto the bus and off the bus. And so I really believe that the gas and the whole fluky thing of this pain was God really just revealing the cyst and the fallopian tube problem. Because I think that, so my thought, and I'm still processing this, I'm not a doctor, but I do know my body, and I've been through a lot of things. So my thought is that I would want the cyst to be removed, because I never want to go back when I'm 60, 70 years old and hear that I had ovarian cancer. They did check it on the imaging, and it's not cancer. And so that's fantastic, because they did tell me in the beginning that that was a chance. And so they did have a couple of experts come in to look at my images while they had their board meetings and things. So they are going to re-image me, though. They think that they're probably going to end up doing another MRI, because that one is the best and gives them the best images. But my thought is, if they have to go in, so if they drain it, they don't have to go in to cut my stomach. They would just do it laparoscopically or with a drain or something. But if they have to go in to remove the cyst, I'm just probably going to have a full hysterectomy, I'm thinking. I don't need my reproduction parts here. So I'm thinking that since they're in there, I may just have them take everything out except for my ovaries, because you really should keep your ovaries. It does something with your with the hormone levels and estrogen and stuff. So, but that's my thinking. Now anything can happen, like from now till then. So they've never discovered me to have this cyst before. I've had what are those called? I can't think of what they're called. Oh, fibroids. So I've had a couple of fibroids, which they've seen, but they've been so little, and they only get big when you're pregnant, and then when you're not, they just shrink down. So they were never worried about those. But I've never had a cyst like that I know of, although I did have a DNC like 3 years ago. Yeah, 3 years ago in January, I had a DNC, and they took something else out. I don't even know. But on my record, it shows that they took a cyst out. So I'm not quite sure, like, what this mass is, and I don't know if it was something that was coming from the infection. And so I won't have any answers to what it truly is until this infection is gone. So once I finish the antibiotics, I will go back and they will re-image me. So that was that ordeal. So I've really just been trying to get my bearing with just trying to build my strength. When I got home Saturday night, I was extremely tired. I slept amazing because in the hospital you don't sleep at all, and I had this crazy bed, and the bed was supposed to be like a Posturepedic, memory foam, and so when you moved, the memory foam would like move with you, but then when you weren't moving, it would still move. And I don't like the hospital for nothing. So Not that anybody does. But anyway, so, but yeah, so I got home and I had lost like 3.5 pounds from just a few days prior to that. And that was kind of shocking because all they feed you there is carbs. I couldn't really eat though because the medication was making me not have an appetite. So it wasn't too surprising, I guess, considering that I hadn't been able to eat very much. So that's what I'm working on. Balloons behind me because my Bible talk group from church, they surprised me and they brought me dinner and, you know, for my whole family for a couple days. And I have flowers and I got mums and I got pumpkins and I got balloons and another balloon is somewhere else. Maybe it's in there. Yeah, there's two. Yeah, there's two Get Well ones in there. But anyhow, so I'm just really trying to continue eating slowly. And now that I have my appetite back, I don't want to go back and just, you know, eat like all these crazy things. I want to take my time because I don't want to have another gastritis or gas or I don't even know, constipation. I don't even know what the thing was, but I never want to feel that pain again. It was horrible. And so I'm really trying to just be mindful of eating. I'm eating a lot of yogurt, and that because of being on so many antibiotics. So I started drinking kombucha today. I took my Gas X tabs this morning, and then I'm eating a lot of yogurt. And then the other thing that when I feel like I'm snacky, but I really don't want to like ruin my diet or whatever, I bought some sugar-free Jell-O. And so I've just been eating those. Those are 10 calories only, and I think it's 1 gram of protein and no carbs, of course. And so I just eat a couple of those a day, or 2, 3. If I have to take my pills without having an empty stomach, then I go ahead and I'm eating those Jell-O 10-calorie sugar-free snacks. And I'm having eggs. I've been eating a lot of eggs. I've had toast. I've had not really like a full meal. I've had soup. My friend brought me, another friend from church brought me this, it's her Meme's healing soup. And it's like chicken-based, chicken like broth based, and it has like a tomato soup kind of base, but very light, and had noodles in it and rice, some kind of maybe orzo rice or something. And anyways, she brought that for me, so I had a cup of it on Tuesday night. Then I finished it up yesterday during the day, and so that has been so comforting, that soup. And it definitely made me feel better. I definitely feel healed from it. I feel like I did a whole bunch of stuff yesterday that I was able to do. I did all my laundry, so I'm almost 100%. Luckily, during the day, my 6-year-old who's in 1st grade, she's gone all day to school, and the other 3 are downstairs remote schooling. So I'm up in my bedroom if I need to rest, or I can be on the couch if I need to rest, between bringing the dog outside to go to the bathroom. But I'm really just trying to focus on resting, getting better, healing, being mindful of what's going in my body. I have not taken any supplements, any vitamins, nothing. I don't want to just take a bunch of stuff and add it all back all at once. I'm just afraid of the pain or whatever, and I just want to make sure that I'm not going to have the pain anymore. So that is it. Thanks for the prayers, guys. I heard them. I felt them. Thank you for the messages, all the well wishes that I got on Instagram. I'm just so grateful for the community. I'm grateful for you guys supporting me. Thank you so much. I will be back in a couple of days. I'm trying to get back onto the meal prep bandwagon over here, trying to put some together. I did 2 of them already, but it wasn't done, and then I went to the hospital. So I'm just going to piggyback onto that, the footage that I have, and I should be back. I did get some Fresh Jack's seasoning from Erica's channel, Time to Shrink. So go there, use her link, get some Fresh Jack seasoning. Phenomenal. So I can't wait to bring you guys some recipes and stuff that I'm going to be using Fresh Jack's. So that's it for now. Thanks so much. Love you guys.